from Ozark Family Homestead, and today I'm going to be making pear jam. This is actually my second time making it, so I kind of know what I'm doing.
That's a good start.
So, I'm doing a double batch, which ought to last us maybe 6 meals. You know how that works. But, I left my book over there. I was going to show them the book that I was using. Hold on a second.
We are professional.
I'm going to Hollywood. Okay, so I'm using the pear jam recipe from the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving.
Yeah, we really like this book.
Yes. Yeah. So it's the pear jam recipe on page 31.
Okay.
Double batch of that. So I have all my pears already washed up. These are the pears that came off of our pear trees. There ought to be a little video with a little part of it showing us picking the pears.
Yeah, we are. The video is called Snippets Around the Homestead.
I think so.
Something like that. And you can see David and Sarah, and I think Abigail helped.
Yeah.
And Anna helped some too, picking the pears. We have 2 pear trees in the backyard. So.
Yeah. So these are some that I've gotten right. And so I'm going to go through, I'm going to cut off all the bad spots, because you know, they're farm pears. They're not picture perfect, but they'll taste amazing. So I'm going to cut off the bad spots, peel them, and then we'll be back.
I was going to show you a little bit of what's left in here. We actually had all 2 of these folding tables filled up with pears. And when we pick them and they're still green. They're hard, they're not ripe. And so we bring them inside, we lay them out, and we let them start turning from a pretty dark green to more of, let's say, this yellowish color here. And in the meantime, you know, they get soft. And see, that one's pretty good too. But they'll also get some brown bruised spots that show up as well. So that is what Sarah's going to be cutting off. As these ripen and turn yellow, she's been taking them and moving them into a drawer in the refrigerator. And once she has enough ripe and ready to go, that's when she starts on her batch of pear jam. All right, Sarah's getting everything cleaned up. Yucky spots off.
Yep.
You made a big dent in your bowl there. So
a whole lot more to go.
I noticed you're not peeling them yet.
Yeah.
But you're just going to cut the bad spots off and then peel them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like doing stuff in steps. If I've got too much going on at once, it drives me nuts and I have to walk away.
Well, and if you tried peeling them first, you'd be peeling over smushy, yucky spots. So choose to do it this way. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll come back and see whenever you're a little bit further along in this. Okay, Samuel's in the back browning up a whole bunch of ground beef for tacos tonight. And he's trying to get stuff done and get away from the stove before Sarah needs it for all of her jam making stuff.
Scram.
So you've finished cutting off bad spots, and now
I'm peeling them just with the peeler, and then I'm cubing them up into these little bitty pear cubes.
Yeah.
A few of them are not making it.
You're eating them?
Hey, a girl's got to do what she's got to do. So good.
They are good. She shared a little bit with me too.
Want some more?
I'm okay. Thank you though. Sam's being noisy over there.
Well, that was an accident.
All right, so this will take a little bit of time. Do you want me to get Anna in here to help you?
Oh no, I've got it.
Okay, because we can holler at her if you want me to.
It's okay. She helped out a lot yesterday, so she probably deserves her little break.
Okay, she's going to get a break. We will be back whenever Sarah's ready for the next step.
Okay. So I've got all my pears chopped and
Slathered
peeled.
and slathered and
Chopped and peeled.
that's better.
Yes. And I'm going to add them to my big stock pot now. I actually ended up having enough pears for 2.5 batches. So this is 12 cups. That's a lot of pears. So I'm going to add it to my big stock pot now because none of our other pots will fit 12 cups of pears. And you'll see the amount of sugar I got to put in this. Your eyes are going to pop out of your head. But for right now, I'm going to add my pears.
And that's great grandma's measuring cup. Oh, that just makes me smile.
And now I'm going to add my lemon juice. 6 tablespoons of it.
For the 2.5 batch.
Yes.
Okay.
No, scratch that. 5 for the 2.5 batch.
Are you sure?
Yes, because it's 2 tablespoons for a single batch.
2, 4.5 makes another
Yeah, 5.
5. 5 tablespoons.
Yes. 3, 4, 5.
Lemon juice is in, and
I have my lemon juice and pears all stirred up now. And now it's time for me to add my pectin. Now, since I'm doing a 2.5 batch, I had some math work to do. I had to find 1.75 and then, okay, hold on. So, I'm no Einstein. So it's finding 2.5 batches with 1.75 ounces of pectin for a 1 batch. So it took a little bit. I finally got it, and I converted it to cups for you guys.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are we sure it's correct?
Yes.
Oh,
I checked and double-checked.
absolutely certain.
Yes. I even checked it with the grams.
Okay.
So, for a 2.5 batch, it's about 1 cup of pectin, which is about 4.4 ounces of pectin, which was confusing. I don't know. I felt like that ought
Well,
to be different.
4.4 ounces by weight,
Yes, by weight.
not by, was it volume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I was like, oh well.
Ounces can be confusing since it's 2 different measurements of things.
Mm-hmm.
You can have an 8-ounce glass of water, and then you can have 8 ounces, which is half a pound. 2 different things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they do that.
Yeah.
Okay, we are getting distracted.
Okay. Okay. So, I'm going to add my pectin in and stir it all up until it's dissolved.
I can hear the jars jangling around.
Now, I think I'm going to take a masher in here and get some of the bigger cubes for smushed.
Smush, that's the technical term. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it says that in the recipe. Make sure the cubes are smushed.
Perfectly smushed. So, and of course they will cook and get softer, so as I stir it and stuff, they will, like, smash themselves, but I want to make sure I don't have...
Smush.
They will smush themselves against the side of the pot. And then, you see, it will become a jam.
I do see. Oh, I hear something happening in there.
Yeah,
What am I hearing?
trying to boil, which is good.
It's trying to boil. So you have been doing the smashy thing in there. So there's still chunks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I still want there to be chunks.
Can you hear
in
it?
there.
Ooh.
So once it gets to a good boil, I'm going to add my 12.5 cups of sugar.
Oh my! Sugar sauce!
Whew.
Pear flavored sugar sauce.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it'll be a good treat for them.
Yep. So, it's close.
Do you want me to pause or keep going?
Yeah, probably in like 30 seconds it's gonna be ready to go.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got it on a good boil. I'm gonna go ahead and add my whopping amount of sugar. It says all at once, so try not to make a mess.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. My blood sugar's going up, Sarah.
And then I gotta stir this all in until it dissolves.
And you checked and double checked your measurements, right?
Yes.
Okay. For a 2.5 batch.
Yes. And then stir it all up till every little lump dissolves. And here's what we look like. Isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got to get this up now to a rolling boil, and I've got to stay with it because it's
Does it
75%
scorch?
sugar.
And it'll try to scorch?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll holler at me when we're ready for the next step?
Yep.
I was just going to show you real quick why we're making pear jam instead of some other preservation there. This is the pear jam, the first batch that she's already made, and then some strawberry jams. And these here are canned apples from our fruit trees. I do have some canned pears back here, and then in the back, I have a few jars of dehydrated pears. So we do have pears preserved in different ways. We don't have a freeze dryer yet, but we have used the dehydrator and the canner for other ways. And these are from previous years. So we're just going to take all of this year's pears and turn those into pear jam. And I think some pear sauce is in the works too. So that's what our current inventory is looking like.
Okay, so I have this now up to a good strong boil.
Let me see, let the camera, oh yeah, I can see the bubbles.
So I want to set my timer for 1 minute, and then the real action starts happening. Now I want to stay right here on it because it's sugar. So with all this boiling, it might scorch. So I have to really stay on it now.
Okay.
So our timer's gone off. I'm going to turn it off the heat, and I'm going to remove my jam from the heat now and work on scraping off the foam. I've been working on it. Hey, baby. I've been working on it as it's been cooking. But I want to try to get the last bits.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that and then start pulling out my jars and getting my lids ready. Okay. So I pulled a hot jar out of the canner where I've been keeping them warm. I'm ready to just fill my jars up now with this hot liquid. I want to leave 1/4 inch headspace. So I'm filling it up to there. I ought to have enough for around 7 to 8 jars, the pint jars. So.
And I think your original recipe called for 1/2 pints.
Yes.
But we're a large family, so a full pint will work.
A little bit more.
Sarah's making jam. You want to sing the songs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I've got a rag with a bit of vinegar on it. I'm just going to head around the rim, clean it up. I'm going to put my lid on.
It's especially important to clean it up because it's a sugary syrup. And it will have sticky stuff there.
Tight, but not crazy tight. Pick it up. Put it back in my canner. The trick to canning, you want to make sure your jars and your objects that you're putting inside are warm so that you don't end up with any explosions.
That would be a bad day.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to go through the rest of these jars and show you what they look like in the can.
Okay. Where are we at now, Sarah?
I've got 7 pints. That's what it ended up being. I got a bit of scrapings. I'm just going to put the scrapings in the fridge. But I've got all my jars in the canner now. I'm going to cover them and get this up to a boil. Where am I?
Squeeze in there.
There we go. And then once it gets to a boil, we'll set the timer for 10 minutes. And then they ought to be good.
What's going on, Sarah?
Okay, so the water in the canner is boiling with all the jars in there. So now it's time for me to set my timer for 10 minutes. When this timer goes off, I'm going to remove the lid, set the timer for 5 more minutes, and let it cool. And then we will be back.
And then we get to hear pings.
Yes.
That's my favorite part. Okay, so I have had to take over because Sarah and David are outside milking a goat right now. So it did a hard boil for 10 minutes. Then I took the lid off and set the timer again for 5 minutes. And the timer has now gone off again. So it has cooled down for 5 minutes with the heat off. And I am going to start removing these jars. And I'm listening for the pings. And the pings make me happy. I'm taking care not to tilt the jars sideways to get the water. There is water pulled up on top of these lids. And my instinct was always to just tilt the jars slightly to run that water off. But you're really not supposed to do that. When Sarah comes back in, she's going to ask me how many pings there's been. Okay. And this jar right here, this one did not go through the canner. This was the extra that she had. Oh, if I may have just heard one. I'm not sure. Oh no, I don't know what to tell Sarah when she comes back in. Okay, I will take the can. I just heard something else. They're quiet. I'll take the camera from Shawn and we'll listen for pings. Aren't they pretty?
Well, so 24 hours have passed, and as you can see, I've already taken the rings off of my jars, and I've already marked them.
Pear jam 23. There's a glare. Oh, there you can see it. Okay.
And I've done a little test on them. You pick them up just by the lid and lift them. If it holds, you know it's sealed good. If it pops off, put a ring on it, put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
Or I guess you could try to recant it. I haven't done that though.
Yeah, it would not be shelf stable at that point.
Yeah. Okay. So, they're done. And look how pretty it is.
Yeah, it makes a very pretty jam.
I love the color. It's not a girly pink. It's like a coral pink.
Coral, yeah, it is.
Pretty.
What are you doing there, Sarah?
Applesauce.
Applesauce is on the agenda for today. Let me see. Yeah,
They're getting soft.
got some apples cooking down. So if they want to make pear jam, Sarah, where can they find the recipe?
It came out of the Complete Book of Home Preserving. This is in our Amazon store in the section with cookbooks and other how-to books.
Yeah, I just added it on there just a day or two ago. So it should be right there near the top on the cookbook section on there.
Okay. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment if you have something nice to say, and share it to all your family and friends, and we'll see you on the next video.
Thanks for watching Ozark Family.